Well, it's 7 p.m., so we'll call the meeting to order. This is a regular meeting of Council of the Municipality of Swan Valley West, held in Council Chambers at 216 Main Street, Swaterford, Manitoba, the 16th day of September 2025 at 7 p.m. Present this evening, Reeve, Gade, Councillors Byron, Zbirun, Kushniryk, R.J. McGregor, Carrie, Blosha, Burick. Our CEO, Kristi, Ronnquist is here, and our videographer, Jeremy Bergen, was here, but he's gone on a little bit of a hiatus, but he'll be back later tonight, perhaps. We do have a notice of absence tonight at 1.2. Be it resolved, the notice of absence submitted by Council Member Neely regarding the regular meeting of Council held the 16th day of September 2025 shall be accepted as received. Is there someone to move the resolution? I see Councillor McGregor and Councillor Blosha. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. Those in favour? That's carried. Number 2, be resolved the agenda of the regular meeting of Council held the 16th day of September 2025 shall be adopted as presented. Is there someone to move the resolution? Councillor Burick and Councillor Kushniryk. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda tonight? Hearing none, we'll call the question. Those in favour? That too is carried. On to number 3 we go. Be it resolved the minutes of the regular council meeting held August 26, 2025 be adopted as presented. Is there someone to move the resolution? Councillor Kushniryk and Councillor Zbirun. Copy of the minutes are attached to the agenda. Has everybody had a chance to look through them? Are there any errors or omissions found? Hearing none, we'll call the question. Those in favour? That too is carried. Public Works joined us a little earlier this evening. He was here at 6 o'clock and gave us quite an extensive Public Works report. We won't go over all of it here, but we will mention that work continues. They've been doing some experimenting with a new mower and also with a reclaimer to reclaim the secondary ditches up in wards 5 and 6. So we'll be talking about that a little bit later in the meeting as well, making some decisions there. Work is ongoing to try and get the mowing caught up. And obviously the last couple of days have been pretty rainy, so they haven't got too much done on the roads, but sign progress is ongoing. They have about 300 of the first 500 signs installed, so a couple hundred left to go of the address signs, and the new batch is on its way, so they'll have more of those to do, but certainly that's been going fairly well. Out in the Splash Park, I don't know if power was connected today or not. Today was the due date for the electricity, but I haven't been there to see if it got done. But we're hoping to have electricity this week, and hopefully the water is finished off and we can test it. We do have a couple nice days coming this weekend. If we could have it on in time, it would be nice to run it Saturday and Sunday, but no promises until we see for sure that it's actually hooked up. Any other discussion for the Public Works report? We don't have any delegations tonight, so we'll skip into the financial items. General Cheques, number 7.1. Be it resolved that the Council of the Municipality of Swan Valley West hereby approves the following payments. General Cheques number 20747 to 20784 in the amount of $124,466.67, and pre-authorized debit number 2025-032 the amount of $50.35 for a grand total of $124,517.02. Is there someone to move the resolution? Councillor Burick, and I see Councillor Kushniryk as well. Got a copy of most of the checks and invoices here. Who has questions?
I have one that came across. It's 2766, I guess.
766. $7,800. So it's a service call, and then it's also tires.
Is that one tire or a couple tires?
That is one of a 520/85R38, two 420/85R28s.
So 3 tires?
3 tires.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
Because it seemed quite high. I thought it was just one tire, and I thought, oh, man, it's...
3 tires plus the service call to install.
Yeah, okay. No, that's fine.
And some sort of $550 rebate for some deal they were doing.
Okay.
Next. I should read that. Any other questions for the checks tonight? Kind of disappointed.
Well, I went through it, and I must say the staff is sure getting efficient because I couldn't even find one.
I can give you a couple side notes so we have something to talk about. I have been curious about the Manitoba hydro bills and why they've been weird. So we attempted to sign up for pre-authorized debit, so they'd never be late. They don't charge us interest anyway, but we'd like to not be late. And so we talked to them, and they said we had to sign up for each and every account we had. So we spent an entire day, did all the paperwork for all the accounts, submitted it all, and it didn't happen. We just got bills that were late. So we talked to them again, and they said, well, actually, we were wrong that first time. What you need to do is just submit one for this other account number. So we've sent it in now again to see if that will fix it. And the other interesting thing is that when we bought security cameras for here, we charged them directly to the Swan Valley West credit card from the manufacturer, so I wasn't involved in the transaction. When the building burned on Main Street and they shipped a new piece to the Chamber of Commerce, for some reason they charged it to the Swan Valley West credit card. So it's a $600 and some bill that's getting reimbursed because it never should have been charged there. But it'll show up at some point, you'll see a $600 and some deposit to pay for what shouldn't have happened. And I think that's all I know about financials tonight. Anything else? Hearing nothing, we'll call the question on the resolution. Those in favor? That's carried. 7.2, payroll checks. Be it resolved that the Council of the Municipality of Swan Valley West hereby approves the following payments. Payroll payments number 922 to 940, the amount of $29,893.16. Is there someone to move the resolution? Councillor Blosha, who would like to second it? Councillor McGregor. Copy of those payroll summaries is attached in the private view for Council to see. Is there any questions or discussion on that stuff?
Well, I had just one, but
Okay.
I'm not going to name a name, but
You can give his employee number or voucher number if that helps or something.
okay. So like the 933 and the 935.
Okay.
They both work the same kind of hours.
There was some sick time for the one.
Okay, well that's
I
okay.
think
That
that's-
makes total
yeah.
sense then, because I was just like, well, something maybe is wrong there.
Yeah, no, there was some sick time.
Okay, that's good. That's
You'll
all.
also see 132. They're done now as of yesterday.
Oh yeah,
And
okay.
we're switched back to the
Figured
other
that
operator.
would be, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
No, that was just a question. I thought maybe it was a mistake, so I
Okay.
better look into it.
Anything else?
No.
Hearing nothing, we'll call the question. Those in favor? That's carried. 7.3, indemnities. Be it resolved, the Council of the Municipality of Swan Valley West hereby approves the following payments. Indemnities for August, number 4720 to 4728, the amount of $9,080.46. Is there someone to move the resolution? Councillor Burick, who would like to second it? Councillor Zbirun. Copy of the summary is attached as well for those. Any questions or discussion? Hearing nothing, we'll call the question on the resolution. Those in favor? That's carried. 7.4, we have attached tonight bank reconciliation statement. We don't happen to have an expense. No?
No,
Okay.
I don't, sorry.
So this is showing us the balance of the bank account according to what our computer says, and then the adjustments to make it to what the credit union actually says is there. So as per normal, there's some stuff that just hasn't come out yet. But that's pretty much all the time. Any questions or discussion on that? Let's move to 8.1, discussion. We'll get into the fun stuff. As we talked about last meeting, we would come tonight and set a date for the Christmas celebration. And everybody thought about it, checked in with their calendars, made sure of what they were doing. So what is everyone's thoughts? Options, for late November, the 22nd or the 29th are Saturdays. If we're into December, the 6th would be a Saturday.
I thought the 29th looked like a good one.
It's the day after Black Friday.
Oh boy,
This is AMM.
we're not in the
Yes.
States.
And AMM is
Is
25, 26, 27. Yeah. So 29, is that what we're all thinking?
Okay, what's that again, Bill?
Be November 29th, that evening.
Fine.
That's doable.
Is that okay with everybody?
Are you thinking Durban again? Or
Well, thoughts?
yeah, high school.
Durban's
That's
nice,
fine.
but I like it there.
Yeah, Thursday's fine.
We were out there for the funeral, and if Public Works gets some time, there's a couple things they could help the hall with to just.
Around the yard, right?
Well,
Like outside and the
3 of the
steps.
lights are burnt out in the hall. They can't get up there because they don't have anything tall enough, and just some little stuff that, you know, a couple Public Works guys could spend a couple hours and really help them out with some things that the hall board's struggling with. So maybe we'll do that. Be held on November 29th at Zbirun Hall, and
The only reason I asked is be good to book it.
yes,
I actually spoke to Vicky today to see if anything was unavailable, and not yet. She said earlier is better, so unless somebody else had booked something that she was unaware of, this should be fine.
be resolved the Municipality of Swan Valley West Christmas celebration be held on November 29th at the Durban Hall, and the event be similar to past years. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who would like to move the resolution? Councillor Zbirun, and someone to second it. Councillor McGregor. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. Those in favour? That's carried. 8.2, Manitoba Grow application. So applications are open now for the Grow program. This is the one where we applied for, seriously, people's council night. I thought
It's
we
your
were-
birthday bill, so it's,
no, somebody wanted to complain about road, actually. I can see from the caller ID it's a road complaint. This is the one where we applied for the landfill last year. I don't know if we can get it again or not, but certainly this is the one that we would apply for the bridge if we're looking at golf course crossing. There's a couple emails here from, well, one email from Pure Solutions saying that if we want, they could do 2 reports for us, and they'd be between $30,000 and $35,000 to get it done. I don't know if they could be done in time for the grant submission. In the email, they said there isn't really a requirement to send them in with it, so we wouldn't have to do them, but obviously they're giving us an option to spend some money because they like money. There's also a copy of the inspection summary that we had done previously that basically says,
Mhm.
you know, it needs a bridge.
Yeah, I think that's all that has to go with it.
So we're, you know, here to make official that we intend to do that application. We will do a resolution tonight because usually a resolution needs to be attached with it.
Yeah.
Much later in the agenda, we have an item for the low-level crossing, so just bumped it for a second. We were discussing with Public Works earlier that the crossing has become worse, and there's some discussion in the group here of whether or not it's appropriate to close the crossing. What are people's thoughts on that?
Oh, it's terrible. It's dangerous.
if it's dangerous and there's a safety concern, it should be closed.
Right.
Because like you say, if we leave it or somebody said, you know, cross at your own risk, that's, if something ever happened, we'd be liable. Or we, no, I think, my feeling is it should be closed. But, and there's a lot of stress on our municipal roads, because they have to, like you said, they have to go down to 216, come down number 10, and then out, you can't go down 275. It's, yeah, it's too bad.
That's,
If it's unsafe like that, that's not good. I mean, what can you do? Like, you can't say use it until it falls apart. Would it, just light traffic would be okay or no?
I think it's safer, but where something's going to happen, if I was betting man, it's gonna be at night, in the dark, with a little vehicle.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
because the big semi's going over it, kinda know, right?
Yeah.
But the person coming at night that doesn't understand and hits that and lands upside down in the water and is knocked out and can't get out of the vehicle
Yeah.
because of it.
Yeah.
Because you
That's
can't
what it's
actually, even in the daytime, you can't actually see how bad the hazard actually is. You can't see it. Just take a drive over it, you'd be shocked.
Whereas the low-level crossing, known as golf course crossing, has been irreparably damaged, has become a safety concern, whereas an engineering report shows the only sustainable solution for the river crossing is replacement bridge constructed to RTAC weight standards. Therefore, be it resolved that the Municipality of Swan Valley West apply to the GROW grant program for half the cost of the new bridge. Is that suitable? Who would like to move the resolution? Councillor Blosha. Who would like to second? Councillor Burick. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. Those in favour? That application shall be made.
So how about the closure?
We'll get to that a little later on. I just wanted to make sure that if we're thinking we're going that way, the resolution says it's irreparably damaged, rather than it's in really bad shape, it's done. 8/3 G4 date. That is the 29th. It's the Monday between the weekend and Truth and Reconciliation Day.
Yep.
So a lot of people are taking it as a holiday, but it is the G4 meeting,
So September 29th.
September 29th. We need
Yeah.
to know tonight who's attending, and for the first time in a very long time, likely not me, because I have a doctor's appointment in Winnipeg that morning. I probably won't be back in time.
Yeah, I won't be, it's harvest.
Yeah, I don't believe it's harvest.
Probably still on holidays.
I'd like to go, but,
Which on the list?
Yep.
I think Councillor
Carrie
Neely's
has
going.
said yes.
Councillor McGregor, thoughts? Okay, and I think our CIO will be attending.
Thank you.
8/4, be it resolved the supplementary taxes as presented be approved and added to the respective tax rolls as per the assessment updates. A copy of those taxes are attached to the agenda tonight, showing each and every change. The total difference is an additional tax burden of $47,490.19. So that's over and above what had originally been budgeted. There are some removals from where things have been removed, but there has been a lot of construction, so a lot of that's caught here with the new construction. Some of these are neither. It's just splitting of titles into two pieces if somebody subdivided land, and it doesn't actually change the value. So we credit the one, charge it to the new ones. Is there someone that would like to move the resolution? Councillor Kushniryk, and someone to second it. Councillor McGregor. Is there any discussion on any of these? Hearing none, we'll call the question. Those in favour? That too is carried. 8/5, we had a little discussion on this in the Public Works portion a little earlier on. This is the quote. It's called here a disker, but what this thing is really meant to do is reclaim the gravel and end the secondary ditches we have going on Ward 5 and 6. Public Works did a trial of this a week or two back. There's been some videos circulated. I don't know if everyone's seen the video or not of it, what it did and how it worked. The recommendation of Public Works is we look at purchasing this thing and get it done. I don't know how much they got done this fall. We were kind of going down that path earlier. If it would be nice to do it this fall. I don't know if they'll get it all done. What are people's thoughts on this? Is it something we should do or not do?
I think so.
I've wanted it a couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
It's, should have had it 4 years ago. Should have had 10 years ago, maybe.
What say everybody else?
these are the only people that make this thing?
Don't know that. I know these people, this is the first one they've made. They were kind of designing it off of some other ones. I don't know if there's any savings here for being the first one. I know the one we tried out isn't even painted yet. And what the deal was is we would use it for as long as we wanted. When winter came, they were going to take it back and paint it and do all that stuff to it that would normally have been done, and then bring it back for springtime. Which is why it says sandblasted and painted in the quote itself to indicate that's coming as well. So I don't know if you could get one someplace else. Surely somebody else must have something similar.
I was just wondering, should we attend? Is it the thing that we need to put a tender out for? Or?
For this value, we could go get some more quotes, but it's good. It's such a specific piece that it would be hard to quote apples to apples because everyone's is going to be a little bit different. This was kind of custom made for the solution. We don't have to take it though, there's no obligation here, they made it, we tried it, and it worked, and so they're quite happy with it, they're gonna make some more of them and sell them. What do you think, Councillor McGregor?
If the public works needs it and it's gonna help, I say let's do it.
What about you, Councillor Blosha?
Yeah, like, I think if he says it works well and we can use it.
Okay, do we want to see if we get some quotes on other ones, do we wanna just do this as
Yeah,
sole source, or?
I'd say do this. We're just gonna waste 2 more weeks.
We have it here and it works and
Yeah.
they like it. And these guys were proactive, brought it out.
Get the north end fixed up.
You realize if you go far enough north, you hit us again in the south. So we'll start there.
Gotta get those roads in shape.
Be resolved, the municipality accept the sole source quote from Bianco Sales for a grader mounted disc to resolve the secondary ditch issue in wards 5 and 6. Is that
Well, hopefully it's not
satisfactory?
gonna just stay in 5 and 6.
Well, hopefully not.
Until they're all done, it's all
But-
fixed,
No.
then we can move.
Okay. And how about, and reclaim gravel in the entire municipality?
What we'll do is we'll mow the
Sounds
south
better.
first.
That's
So that when it
that's
gets down to us, it does a better job.
Okay. So someone to move the
Learning
resolution. Councillor Burick. Someone to second it? Councillor Kushniryk, do you want it reread after I reworded it, or are we all basically
No,
clear on what it
we
says?
did,
All
yeah.
good.
Okay. We'll call the question. Those in favor? Those opposed? That is carried. Do you want it recorded, or are you good with it just that way?
Some,
8.6, the mower quote. So we also discussed the mower quite for a long time. This particular mower is a disc type mower, so it goes a lot quicker than a regular mower. We've been mowing with Schultes the last while, many years with those. We have been quoting on the Schultes, they're around $100,000 plus arms. We've been having troubles this year. I don't think anyone could say that we haven't been having troubles keeping the equipment running. This mower in our testing traveled as fast as 24 kilometers an hour. That allowed us to do 17 miles of road both sides in under 4 hours. In just a pure timing trial, it accomplished 6 miles both sides in 52 minutes, which with the other mowers would take us most of the day. It's a little bit different cutting. It doesn't mulch as much. This just lays the grass down. So certainly that would look a little funny this year with how tall the grass is, but in a normal year we'd do it a couple times and the grass would never be that big. It again comes with a recommendation from Public Works. This particular one is a demo unit. It's been to a few different municipalities, so there's a discount included in that. The discount is $2,000. And then there's a cost here for skids for it, and they're also giving us one set of the skids because it's a demo unit. They're worn a little bit, so replace those to new, and then have a spare, I guess, 8 pieces of skids. The spares around so they can be replaced throughout the year. This doesn't include blades, but the blades are a lot cheaper for this one. They say there's a few dollars each. So overall, the running cost is a lot lower than the mowers we have now. And this will probably allow us to get done the mowing this year without having to contract out. The only other solution I can present for getting done the mowing is we would need to be contracting out in the next couple weeks, or else we simply can't get finished this year. Contracting out is going to be quite likely half the price of this mower if we do that. So I guess we're looking for comments from around the table, what you're thinking. If you think we should do it, we do have this mower here right now. They left it from the demo. We can return it to them or we can keep it. It's our decision. What does everybody think?
I spoke to a couple of the staff and they were really impressed with the operation of it. They're really impressed. It really works. So Lee Kahn mentioned that too tonight. So I'm in favor of it.
Who else has thoughts?
We need to get the mowing done before the snow hits the ground. And if we had to contract it out, it would pay for half of that anyway, so we might as well try it.
Yeah, I say buy it. Time is, we have no machines to get it done, so it's kind of an urgent purchase, doesn't allow for many options. And again, they brought us something that worked.
Yeah, well, like you say, time, you gotta get it done, so I say go for it.
Well, every day I have questions like, are we gonna get any mowing this year?
Yeah,
It's in Benito right now, right?
Benito or Trevor, someplace?
Yep,
Benito?
it's okay.
I noticed that it puts the grass down like, almost like a swath, eh? Does it, I should have stopped and looked at it. Does it have a V at the back that's how it does it?
I don't know if there's a V. There's a back plate that kind of pushes it down.
Down?
But when I stopped and looked, like I walked in some of the ditches, and it wasn't just a swath in the middle. It felt almost like there was, like it was spread, but it wasn't spread totally evenly. It felt like maybe the edges come in a little bit, but it wasn't.
But it must bring it together. Can I see that again for a second? It has what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 knives, 8 turtles on it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yep.
Oh, yeah.
So that's 12 feet, eh?
And you can see the blazes.
Right. Yeah.
They work. I know I have one to cut my hay with, eh? So I know they work, and this, he's right too. I mean, it doesn't matter whether the grass is wet or dry, it'll cut it. And it likes longer grass than it does short grass.
Okay.
So it's good for this year.
Yeah, like this year it'd be the year to use it, but
Well, it seems by the time we mow June, it's that high too, so
yeah.
if we could get it done in twice the time without
And
having to fix it.
he's right too. I mean, you can, like with my mower, I cut hay at 8 mile an hour, and it's a bit like a swing. And sometimes the slew hay's higher than the thing, and you faster you go, the better it likes it. It just pushes it through. So it well cut. Doesn't like molehills. Or rocks. Culverts.
Culverts is what it's going to find, I'm sure. Okay, so we have a resolution. If we wish, be it resolved the Novadisc mower that the municipality has been using on a trial basis be purchased as for the quote from Dianco Sales. Someone wishes to make that resolution. Councillor Kushniryk, does someone wish to second it? Councillor McGregor, any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. Those in favor? That's carried. 8.7. Be it resolved the rural animal control and bylaw report for August 2025 be received and approved for payment. Is there someone to move the resolution? Councillor Blosha, someone to second it. Councillor Zbirun. Copy of that report is attached. A little bit more than just a blank report. So there's some work done on dogs that have been at large, killed a turkey, mauled a lamb, pictures of properties for non-compliance, bylaw orders and some paperwork and some more pictures. On the bylaw front, I could further share publicly that we've had compliance at a couple locations where we were chasing after, looking much better at some of those locations. Certainly we haven't got them all going yet, but there's one in Benito that I was a little surprised we got compliance on. It looks a whole lot better than it did, and one in Kenville that has been coming along a lot better than it was too. So there has been some success there, not everything, but we're working on it. I can also advise that we have been issuing fines to some properties, certainly not all of them. If we can work with the people, we're trying to do that as opposed to find somebody just to say we can, but if they're refusing to work with us, then we've issued a few fines. Any other discussion on that report? I had a mover and seconder and I lost it. was Kushniryk and Zbirun, right? Okay. We'll call the question. Those in favor? That is carried. 8.8. Be resolved the urban animal control report for August 2025 be received and approved for payment. Is there someone to move that one? Councillor Blosha, someone to second it. Councillor McGregor. That report is also attached to the agenda. We've had a little bit of stuff going on there. Call from a resident near Benito about a missing dog. And 2 dogs showed up, barking and agitated, did not settle down. Owner had been located, dogs went home. So that's the only 2 calls there. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. Those in favor? That 2 is carried. Under 8.9, this is council's information, building permit updates. It's attached in the private view because it has the names in it. But we see a 40 by 80 shop that's been approved. There is a detached garage, 26 by 24. Another garage, it's not a small one, $100,000 garage, and a 30 by 50 garage. So some people continue on to do work in the municipality, which is always good to see. Any discussion on that? Let's move to 8.10. So attached are proposed fire rates for the Benito Fire Department. We've also attached the Arm of Mountain Fire Department rates and Swan Valley's rates. So we're required to approve some sort of rates for Benito Fire and provide them to our partners in case they need to pay for services. So what Benito Fire Chief and their group has proposed is $1,600 for the first hour, subsequent hours of $850 for the pumper, rapid response at $650 and $400, and the rescue at $300 for the first hour and $300 for subsequent hours. They have also kind of made some proposals here about false alarms, if there should be charges for false alarms or not. This isn't proposing those right now, but that there could be a written warning for false alarms happening. And then there's also a section in here that's very similar to mountains that says that occasionally we have to use private equipment to aid in fire suppression. Those people who utilize such equipment on the direction of the incident commander shall be compensated rate no more than specified in the current Manitoba Heavy Construction Association equipment rental guides. So if we have someone with a cat or whatever come in, there's a list in that book of what we would pay them. The other rates are there. Mountain is a little bit less. Swan Valley is quite a bit more. Swan Valley is $7,200 for the first hour. What are your thoughts of what we should set the rates for Benito? This will impact if we were to sell services to our neighbors under the mutual aid agreement that weren't mutual aid, but also obviously what we're charging going to Saskatchewan.
Well, we're a little higher than Mountain, and it's if the fire chief has shown us that, he must think those rates are fair.
We're about $2,500 for that first hour if everything goes to a call,
Yeah.
which is a lot of money, but it costs a lot of money too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not cheap to go and do this stuff, and people in Swan Valley West never pay these rates. This is what we bill to people that don't have some sort of agreement with us for fire.
Saskatchewan's all insured, aren't they?
They are. In Saskatchewan, they generally carry insurance. And we bill it to their insurance. Lots of them have a $10,000 limit on that insurance. You know, we've always kind of discussed over Benito that in some places the fire department says, oh, we just hit $10,000, we're going home. And we really don't care. We're just going to stay in as long as we need to stay, right? But if we hit the 10,000 limit, I could totally understand this council's limiting the bill to 10. So the individual doesn't pay a whole lot extra, right? You can kind of see that happening.
Yeah, I could see going higher than this, but max it at insured value, whatever it is.
So we've got one for keep it the same, one for raise it a bit. What does everybody else think?
But remember too that their taxpayers don't have to pay for a fire department. They're
Yeah, they're saving money.
They're
If they don't
saving
use it,
money
they
that
save a
way.
lot of money.
Yes, lots of money.
Okay, so Swan Valley's $7,200 for the first hour. Holistically, what would you want first hour to be for Benito? This is about 25.
This would also apply to MPI call-ups.
MPI is a set rate.
It's our flat rate stuff.
We have to take.
Do you want to aim for $2,500 an hour? Are you talking going to $5,000 for the first hour? $2,500 an hour thereafter, or
Because we're really only affecting the insurance company. who is already paying a $250,000 claim or whatever else, it's not gonna.
$2,000 pumper, $1,000 for rapid response pumper, and $600 for rescue.
What does everybody think? 2,000, 1,600?
If you just double them all, it almost hits $5,000 even.
Well, you can do that too, whatever.
Yeah, if you double them all and then you just take the subsequent hours, you keep the same.
And max it out at your insured value.
Okay.
So we won't charge a homeowner
Gotcha.
more.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can turn this around tonight. We'll bring this back in 2 weeks with a new proposal
Okay.
that shows this stuff, because otherwise we're gonna be scribbling all over this thing
Yeah.
and it's gonna get confusing. Okay, anything else on fire rates? Let's go to 811 grant projects. We talked about the GROW grant, but building communities from the ground up is also currently open. There's been some discussion of what to do with that. It would be silly to not put in an application. Don't know if we'll get anything, but we always should apply. A couple things have been discussed. One was doing some sort of work in Benito for like a phase 2 at Splash Park, which could be picnic tables, it could be a washroom building, it could be a bunch of stuff. There's also been a suggestion we could do pickleball. And the location of that would not be Benito. It would be proposed for the green space to the west of the Swan River shop. Where we have that field up against the highway. I'm putting a pickleball court there. So as to do some recreation for the more north side of the Of course, it could be anywhere, it could go someplace else too, but that's a secondary thought. What does everybody think? What would you like to see us apply for?
Does it cover park, like kids?
This is basically recreation type stuff, so anything kid-like.
Yeah,
people
like
that- not infrastructure.
I'm talking about like the little park in Kenville, little park in Benito.
Mhm.
There's probably one out your way. No,
Not in those
none
ones.
of that.
I don't know if we could apply for multiple locations. I
Just
think
ask.
we might get stuck with one, right? I would have to pick one of them to apply for.
No, I don't think we should be doing a phase 2 at the Splash Park at this point.
No,
That's
that's a little too soon.
no, that's yeah. That's a beautiful addition, and
So,
it's enough.
so what do you think about pickleball?
How many people are?
So I've been speaking to a gentleman from the Pickleball League. There is one.
There's multiple.
No, I
Shocking
know there's
news
lots of
number
people
one,
play, but
pickleball.
I just wondered.
They're talking about 200 people
Wow.
playing pickleball and not being able to find places to play it.
So with the pickleball aspect, I know nothing about pickleball, so
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know anything about this. But I've had a guy come and talk and visit a couple times now about it. They would be willing to form a committee to help do similar to how the Splash Park was. So we're more hands off. They could be hands on with planning and fundraising and stuff like that. Pickleball is apparently huge. All ages can play.
So this is like a glorified tennis court, right?
A little different shape.
Simplified, I would say. So yeah, it's
Where do they play this pickleball now? Is it the golf? On gyms?
they steal tennis courts to kind of play too, but the heights, the nets are different. So when people play here, they can't really compete elsewhere because there's different rules and it's not really good.
So there's some pricing suggestions for pickleball. A basic outdoor court, which is concrete or asphalt base, basic fencing, minimal lighting, no lighting, is going to run you 30 to 40,000, maybe as much as 45,000 if the sub base is really bad. A premium outdoor court with premium surface, so you still do concrete, but then you put the rubber on top of it, with some lighting, is going to run you up to $80,000. So you could apply for a grant from anywhere to 25 to 40 for half of a pickleball court.
And I would think it could exceed it by the time we do some groundskeeping, fencing. It's up there. But if that brings people to town, apparently these people are traveling all over to compete in tournaments and play.
But these people are they willing to try to raise money for the other half?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
They
that's
want
what
to
I
form
wanna
a
know.
committee. They said they would
If they-
even possibly form their group to continue to do upkeep on it and
Yeah.
keep it clean and maintained. So
And
Yeah,
is there
then
any
then I don't
requirement
see-
that we have to play pickleball?
they'll regret it.
Yeah, cause we'd probably be good at it.
You said it's in the gym, you played in the gym usually, eh?
Well, they
They have been.
but the gym ceilings are too low.
Well, with the Birch River one.
It's also low, but they're looking at using Birch River in the winter.
Talking to Cam or who?
Yeah.
Because he had all kinds of pictures of ones he's visited and lay out the center aisle down and how you branch off. It's quite the ordeal. I thought it was just a couple of lines on the, and away you go.
But so is that what we want to put into this grant application?
Well, we really don't have anything else that have our eye on.
And it
Unless
keeps
somebody
it
has
more
ideas
hands.
here tonight.
It doesn't
Yeah.
put much strain
Well,
on
yeah,
municipal
yeah.
staff if they have a committee to run and kind of help that way. We've got hydro close by for lighting. We've got the land.
It's a nice piece of.
It's very visible when you come into town. It'll look better than just our mess that we have there now. And it does contribute to a wider range,
Mhm.
and the schools could use it. So I think in terms of rec, even though I don't understand it, it checks a lot of boxes.
Anybody else have any other ideas that they would like to talk about for grant opportunity for recreation type stuff? Alright, so how do we feel about applying for pickleball?
Oh, we got disc golf, we got splash park, we got playgrounds. What's
Pretty
one
good
more thing?
municipality.
Yeah, put it in.
It's that or a whole swimming pool.
No, we're not, let's get another pool.
That's next year.
Oh dear.
So whereas pickleball is a growing sport in the area and there are no dedicated facilities in the regional area to host games and regulation competitions, and whereas the municipality of Swan Valley West owns property that is suitable for recreational development, be it resolved the municipality of Swan Valley West apply for funding to establish a pickleball court on municipal land adjacent to the town of Swan River. Someone to move the resolution. Councillor Kushniryk, is there someone to second the resolution? Councillor Burick, any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. Those in favor? That's carried. On 8.2, we're setting a date for variance hearing. So this involves 2 horses and some chickens. Now, the property is smaller than the 5 acres required, and there's going to be some great questions about this at hearing. So this is by no means a slam dunk, and I don't want to present this as was just simply rubber stamping. The property is 4.79 acres instead of 5. If it was 5, you could have 2 horses or the chickens, not 2 horses and the chickens. So there's going to be some great discussion to be had. Certainly we need to hear from neighboring property owners to see what they think, which is why we're setting it for public hearing instead of trying to make a decision on our own. So that's where we're going with this. Whereas the owner of number 547 Road 161 West, 4.79 acre parcel, has made application for variation order to have 2 horses and chickens on the property which is smaller than the required 5 acres. Therefore be it resolved, the Council of the Municipality of Swan Valley West sets a public hearing date of October 14th, 2025 at 7:15 p.m. in order to hear from those who may be opposed to or supportive of the proposed variation order. Is there someone to move the resolution? Councillor Blosha, who would like to second it? Councillor Zbirun. Further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. That is carried. So we'll get the hearing so set and advertised, and we will see how it turns out that night.
Are there letters sent out to landowner residents?
To the ones right around
How
there.
far apart? How far around?
It's supposed to be 100 meters, but we usually go a little further because of a rural area. So anything that touches it for sure, plus if there's a residence within noise or range of the rooster.
Yeah, yeah.
As a totally different, not related to that property, to be clear, we're talking about a different rooster. A rooster has taken up residence in the municipality, along with some chickens. Now the chickens have not been an issue, but the rooster has been a complaint to our bylaw enforcement team, who are going to be looking into the rooster and his insistence on waking the neighbor up, which very likely the entire mess will be headed to this council table soon, but we're going to take a stab at resolving that without council involvement first, which may result in chicken soup.
I was gonna say, that's exactly what I was hoping for.
Never a dull moment at Swan Valley West. 8:13. We talked last meeting about speed bumps. We do indeed have a quote and some pictures for you if you want to think about doing some speed bumps. So these are the ones you've seen in some other communities. Basically, the answer is $649.60.
Yeah, I was like shocked.
That would give us 4 6-foot sections, so a 24-foot speed bump, which is.
Where we planning to put them?
This is what we were talking about in Benito, doing some traffic calming by the school.
Oh, okay.
So some people down there. So I don't know where you folks want to go with it, but we promised the information and here it is. So who wants to talk about it first?
That's all we would need is that, what, the quote, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, I think we should just do it.
Well, you're familiar with the school, not Carrie, or
Yeah.
is there an issue there?
Yeah. Put one on each side, right? That's what we were gonna do.
Do you want to put 2 24s or do you want to put like 2 chunks here, 2 chunks here, or 4 chunks at both places, or what do you
No, 2
prefer?
and 2, I
Two
was
and two?
thinking.
So
Let's
let's
go
buy this
full
and put it-
width, otherwise the dirt bikes will make fun of it. You know,
I don't think it's not the dirt bikes that are the problem, that's the evenings. This is the school
Evenings.
times. The dirt bikes aren't a problem, so I think the 2 and 2 would be totally fine.
I know the
It's more
co-op had them
for
for a
cars,
while,
isn't it?
Larry. They were terrible.
Well, it's just,
Terrible. They'd be moving all over and then people start staggering so they don't hit the bump, they'd be hitting the, it was just, so they removed them now, or a
So they
while
had to
back.
slow down to move, go around them,
yeah.
and they worked.
Yeah, no, but it's, they used to move, so I don't know how you put it permanent, I guess you, if it's in the ground. you
These
put
ones
a bar
under
in.
spikes.
Yeah.
Spikes, yeah.
Yeah, these ones.
But I mean, it's.
$100 of the cost is to
So
spike
they
it
removed
down.
them and they put a stop sign instead, and I think it's no problem.
What say everybody else?
Is this gonna be enough?
Well, we always buy more.
See how it works, I guess.
It's a trial run, I wouldn't buy any more until you try it out.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to go.
All the way across.
Well, if we don't do all the way across, regardless. So on the west side, probably one is okay there. But I think headed towards Main Street, down by the back lane for the lodge, plus closer to the school.
Well, that's what I was thinking, you put one on each side. One
So
towards
we've
the
got
highway.
4 here. They're how 6-foot sections.
It's a 6-foot section, so this is enough
So if
for
we're only
24
going,
feet.
if we're only going half, yeah, we could do 1 1 1 1
Yeah,
that way. I don't know. What do you think? Full width or half width?
You can always move them around.
Like 6
Yeah.
feet wide. Can you not miss that entirely with a vehicle? As long as you center it?
Think on the Main Street side for sure you
Yes.
could.
Yeah.
on the Main
So
Street
would you not
side you
have
could,
to
on
go
the
at
other
least
side it'd
12
be,
feet to make
on the
it
other
a
side
speed
it'd be a
bump?
little bit harder to
So
make.
this is enough for 2 speed bumps.
So if we bought 6 even, it would do, because the other
Three
side
speed
is
bumps.
narrower.
Yeah.
We
I was
could,
thinking if you're not 12 feet wide, you know, because your driving lane is 12 feet, so you put 6 feet in there. If I would get my vehicle just right, my tires are gonna go on both sides of that. Especially my daughter's truck, 'cause you know the tires are a lot more.
I'll just order an extra section then.
It's like a lot of places do 2 side by side with a gap between them.
Yeah.
And that, this would give us enough for 2 spots like that. Decisions.
I think we could get away with 6.
So by 6,
Yeah, that's just one more set.
It's just one more
Yeah,
set.
I think
Okay.
that's fine.
so we're going to, basically 6 is gonna make us 3 bumps, right?
We
Yeah.
would do double, and just one.
No,
right
it's
away.
gonna make us
2
4
bumps.
bumps, 2 and 2.
Well, we could do 2, 2, 1, 1, or 2, 2, 2. Double wide, or double.
Just to get the 6 one figured out.
But 6, we'll make 6 work one way or another. We'll put 6 lengthways on
Everybody
Main.
bump it, don't put it down.
Be resolved that council purchase required supplies to install speed bumps to Traffic in the vicinity of Benito School.
Yeah.
Someone to move the resolution.
Only if we put them about a mile north of your place under the gravel.
And someone to second the resolution. Okay, so McGregor is the mover, Kushniryk is the seconder. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. Those in favor?
It should be the Benito people.
Councillor Blosha, I didn't see if you voted.
I did.
Okay, that is carried.
I was laughing.
814 Golf Course Crossing. So we had this discussion a little earlier. I think I was hearing that we're moving towards closure. More thoughts on that? How would you like that done? Do you want that done? Where are we going here?
I hate to do it, just, it's a danger.
I think we'd all feel pretty horrible if we're back here talking about somebody being killed on it. And it is continuing to get worse.
Mhm. Definitely worse.
So we had kicked around some ideas earlier in our public works discussion about the idea of posting signs with a date so that it's not immediate. You know, it gives some warning to people of a few weeks' time.
Yeah,
Is that something council would like to pursue?
I guess that's what we're gonna have to do.
Will it be able to last for a few weeks? I mean, it lasted all summer.
Should we run an ad in the paper?
Could. The signs are probably the most important,
Yeah.
just so that people that go that way see this coming.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not just
yeah,
a
and
surprise one morning.
And it needs better signage to market.
Yes.
It
So we
needs-
should have some,
it
we
needs
should have some
better
sort of
marketing.
warning on it already, that this is not good.
Yeah.
But also if it's closing, we should give some warning of the closure. Thoughts? Does anyone want to propose a different solution? Jeremy, do you want in on this? Do you live out that way?
If the golf course ford crossing closes, then that will be a major inconvenience.
It will be, but it's not safe, Jeremy. It's not safe. We know that.
So I really hope there's a plan to fix that.
We've applied for a grant, we're applying for a grant to fix, it's not a fixable thing, it needs,
It needs to be replaced.
Replace, yeah.
Yeah.
We can fix it for a pile of money, that's only 2 years.
Mhm.
oh, I definitely know it's an inconvenience.
No, it is.
Especially after the one a few miles down got wiped out and it's not being fixed. Like there isn't another way to cross that river for, what, another 8-12 miles?
The only legal crossings are in Swan River, because everything going that way is weight restricted. So a private vehicle can go, but anybody hauling grain, fertilizer, anything like that, there isn't another crossing until Saskatchewan. Even those aren't full weight crossings for quite a ways. You go a very long ways to find another full weight crossing.
Straight north of Benito?
It's restricted.
You guys go all the way to the Mennonite school just to cross this one river.
Yeah, but you can't go there with a truck. You can't go the Benito crossing, you can't use a truck. I'm fairly sure that first one in Saskatchewan, can you run RTAC on that? Maybe that one. You'd be a couple miles in Saskatchewan, there's a crossing you might be able to go RTAC on.
You talking about Kolmowski's?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like you can on
Yeah,
that
I
one.
think that's,
Yeah,
I think that's
And they don't,
RTAC.
they can't cross that north of Benito?
It's not our tech. It's
Is that
A's.
right? Is that right?
It's A weight, secondary road.
Oh.
So you can go with small stuff, but you can't go with Super B. Which is part of what's happened at Golf Course Crossing. It's the place because when we say so flippantly, oh, well, you can just cross on Swan River, but you're also restricted on Ditch Road. So to get across, you have to cross Ditch Road, go 2 miles up to 216, across to 10, then down through Swan River on 10, through the whole town to get back around to where you were. It's a long ways around. Because you can't go down. You know, if you could just go down Ditch Road,
Yeah.
but you can't. And, you know, that takes River Road that comes, you know, River Road the third that comes along the river there. Typically you come along there and across that crossing, where now you would come around there and then you'd have to go north up to 216 before you could come across anywhere. So do you want to bless the closing now? Do you want to wait 2 weeks and think about this? What do you want to do?
I'd say close it now.
It won't be today. It'll
No,
be,
no,
there'll
no,
be a
but-
notice period, there'll be some
Yeah,
discussion,
because if, like I say, if it's bad, why prolong it for 2 weeks?
right? You wanna go look at it?
Yeah, but you've explained it already.
You should go
You've
look
explained
at
it, Carrie's
You should
explained
go
it.
look at
No,
it.
but you've all explained it, Reeve hand explained it. It's not good.
Hmm.
So I'm just saying, like, how do we all feel? Like, we know it's not good, why allow traffic on it? I mean, it's a sad thing to say, like Jeremy says, but what do you do? Leave it open with a weight restriction? I mean, you want a semi, maybe.
It's
go
not
over-
even the semi that you're worried about, it's the smaller
Yeah,
vehicles
okay,
going
well,
over
okay.
that hump when it's dark.
Even this,
Like
okay.
it's a triangle now, like,
So I mean, if
it's not just a bump,
Bump.
like, it is like, you gotta,
I don't drive more than 20 kilometers.
no, you can't, like even 15 is giving you a good jolt.
So if it's that bad,
It's not the heavy traffic that I'm worried about.
like I don't know if I'd sleep at night thinking that we're gonna leave it open and people driving over it,
So,
like thinking all the
What if
time.
we pick a night, or pick a date that we propose closer tonight?
Mhm.
We can start the advertising of it, and then we pass it at a future meeting.
Well,
Wait for the calls.
That's,
Well, there's
it'll
gonna
give
be
people a
calls.
chance to speak, it's not gonna be good,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but what do you do? What can people call though? Like, what can they call Byron? Like,
well, they're gonna be unhappy, they're gonna
I
voice
know,
that.
I know they'll be unhappy, but what do you do? It's not safe. It's not safe.
Well, at the end of the day, like he said, he's unhappy. I'll be unhappy going around because I gotta come across that all the time. Now I'll go around through town and everything. But at the end of the day, only 7 of us are responsible if somebody gets hurt. Nobody else will answer to that.
No.
My feeling, I don't like the idea of closing.
I don't like
because
it
of
either, but
all the trouble it's gonna cause.
Mhm.
If we had a way to restrict it to only large trucks, I'd go for that.
yeah, me too.
Because, you know, the large trucks that know about the problem and go really slow, my concern is a 16-year-old kid with a brand new license that comes flying down that road at night in the dark, and they end up upside down that river. You know, if the truck going across it breaks through, the truck guy isn't gonna drown from that. He's gonna wreck a truck, but he's not gonna drown. This will be the kid that hits that thing in the dark that is gonna be the problem. Because they flip upside down the river and can't get out in the dark.
Well, it's not even the
So-
water situation right now, it's just what's gonna happen. It's a dangerous spot for for that.
So
Yeah,
the,
but see,
the engineers
But the
that looked
trucks,
at
it's
it,
not.
would they sign off on a certain weight limit?
When I was out there with him, like the report says it has to be replaced. When I was out there with him, he said, you know, if we do all of these things, we could limp it along another couple of years. But he said that was even dependent on how many pipes they rusted through. Because to even do the solution, the pipes had
Yeah.
to not be rusted through. If they were, we couldn't even put the slurry in.
But if they're not willing to sign off, then none of us should be willing to say it's okay to cross either.
Yeah.
Because if they're scared of it, if they're confident, but I don't think they'd be
they were
confident.
confident it would collapse. They felt it was already collapsing, the only question was how long it was going to take to finish the job.
What would you say in the cost to put this cement in, 300,000?
And that's if the pipes aren't rotten. If they're rotten, you can't even put it in.
Okay,
And that's only a 3-year fix.
okay, that's what I'm saying, will people be happy spending, will the ratepayers be happy spending 300,000 for a 2 or 3 year fix until the bridge
$8,000
is?
a month.
I wouldn't think so.
But I was getting back to what you're saying about big trucks can cross, but not little. What's stopping the little ones from crossing? Somebody I heard say that's real party area there.
I know, it is.
So if it's real party area there, you get 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, guys racing. Like, how do we stop that?
Well, if we're closing this thing, it has to be not the lackluster effort we've put into closing the other one, which is really just Mickey Mouse. It's a sign that everybody moves when they want to go across the river. We would have to seriously close this in a way that you could not have vehicles accidentally go there anymore, which would be Jersey barriers across the road.
And
We'd
they'd
have
have
to
to be
block it
higher
off.
up the hill, not right when you get
Yeah,
to
they'd
it.
have to be
Because it's-
signed at
it's
the
kind of blind.
intersections. and-
You need
Fine.
really good signage before Husak's there,
Yeah.
because it would be
Oh,
short
yeah.
after that.
How long would it take before somebody brooms the ditch so nice that you can go around?
Well, then we're not liable after
Yeah.
that.
That's right.
But right now,
And there's a good chance that come
You're liable.
spring, there won't be a bridge there for them to go across. If we get a flood type year, it may just be gone in the spring because it's moved a lot more. So the options that are floating around is start doing signage now but not put a firm date and come back here in a couple of weeks and judge public opinion, or make something official tonight and undo it if we have to. The point is fairly valid. There's only 7 people that take the wrath of the world if this goes wrong, whereas there's probably about 2,000 people that will have an opinion it should still be open. So we kind of know how that's going to go. Like, it's going to be a rough ride if we close that bridge.
That's why we get paid big bucks.
I hear what you're saying, it'd be a rough ride if we close that bridge, but I mean, I'm looking at the safety part of it.
I don't disagree. If it was me, if it was entirely just my decision, it should be done now. Because if I was the one, and I'm going to be the one that gets to go talk to the person and explain why it was open. But it's not entirely my decision, and there's a lot of other reasons to leave it open. But I don't particularly like those conversations with families after something's happened.
Exactly.
oh, I think we better put up a sign
Okay,
saying
so-
that we propose to close it and then
What's our next meeting date?
Couple weeks.
a couple weeks.
30th? Like,
October
I would
1st.
pick the date of the day after that meeting,
Comment, you have a
Yeah.
comment?
closure.
Jeremy has a
And we
comment.
pass it that night.
In my lowly little ratepayer opinion, I think I don't oppose the decision to close that bridge for safety reasons, but I think when you do, I think you need to make sure you communicate clearly what the plan is to reopen that crossing.
Mhm. Okay.
And timelines, if you have even a rough timeline.
And that brings to the council the question, so we apply for a grant. If they say no on the grant, building a bridge next spring anyway or not?
We'd have to,
Well, that is a main that is a main road.
we'd have to replace it.
At the cost of $4 million. I don't know. I guess that's something that has to be looked at.
We don't know until the grant application goes in. We make the best argument we can, but if the
Yeah.
grant application comes back as sorry,
Well, it's Artec Bridge, and it's major green crossing,
I know it's needed, definitely needed.
it's needed, I'm sure.
okay. So what I'm getting from looking around the room is we should be doing signage this week indicating that we're proposing closure, but perhaps not putting a date on it yet. And some, 2 sets of signage, one indicating this is really bad, you should not travel here,
Mhm.
travel's not recommended. And a secondary set of signage saying that we're proposing to close this route. pending bridge replacement, and let that sit for a couple weeks and see where it's going. Is that agreeable to everybody?
Yeah, but it has to have better signage.
I would think the most media, like if you do radio, social media, and newspaper too, that's a big change everybody should hear.
Yeah. And get some input.
Yeah.
You know, wouldn't surprise me some people show up at some meetings and get to have a say, right?
And so they should.
Okay. So if everybody's good with that, we will get started on signage tomorrow that indicates both of those. We recommend you don't drive here. And secondly, we're considering closing this for safety issues.
Right.
Okay. On to happier things. Broken Christmas decorations, 8:15.
Cringe.
Oh,
We want to fix them. It's not just that they're broken. So we have some Christmas decorations in Benito whose yellow flippy floppy bits are not in such good shape.
Fringes?
Fringes, whatever that
I
is.
don't know, that's what they look like.
So we've been working on that. We just wanted to run it through you folks to make sure you weren't opposed to us fixing the ones that are in bad shape, so that we're a little less Grinch-like this year. There's a couple different sizes of the fringe. We're still working on measuring exactly what's on there, but it's so old it's hard to measure. But there's a huge price difference, so we're looking at buying the cheaper stuff that is not quite as wide, because to get all the way to the same width, we might have to have it custom made. So they might look a little different, but they would at least not be bald like they were last year. So if that's generally agreeable, we're gonna just proceed on. Not all of them need to be done, there's just a few that were really bad.
One size to the south side of the tracks, one size north.
Yeah, exactly. Sort it out a bit so you can't see it. Okay, that's fine with everybody? 8:16, in November, we have a couple meeting conflicts we need to look at. First one's pretty clear conflict. Our meeting is set for Remembrance Day.
I just think we put it for the 12th.
Okay, and the second one is the 25th, which is AMM.
Yeah.
So that one we should look at doing something with as well. Into December, we have the 9th and the 23rd are our suggested meeting dates. That's what's set for now. Both of those are probably okay.
Yeah, I thought those were
Okay.
okay.
So then what do we want to do with the second meeting in November?
Do you want it? I was looking at the calendar, but now there's.
We're doing Christmas on the 29th.
Yeah.
So that whole week is basically shot.
That's why I thought like maybe we do what we did.
We're having
this
one on the
one.
9th of December, so now you still have one in the first week of December.
Well, you kind of almost have to, unless you just say, like sometimes because of conference, you say, okay, that meeting just doesn't happen because one
Okay.
comes right up on the 9th.
Or you do it on the 2nd and the 23rd.
December 1st and 2nd, December 1st, 2nd? Does that little sound good?
Up to you folks.
December 1st or 2nd or?
We need for sure the one on the 23rd because our year-end stuff
Mhm.
is, not going to be ready until then. So we can't mess with it.
But if we did November 12th, December 2nd, December 23rd, you're shuffling but only losing one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you only lose one anyway if you even just canceled the end of
Yeah, you
November
could
one.
just, yep. you
And
could
just kept
wipe
the
it out.
9th and the 23rd.
You just have almost a month between the two then.
Special
I don't
meeting for
care
you.
either way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just call special meeting for that Tuesday if you're up to.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
really,
we'll discuss at the Christmas party anyway.
so you just keep, so we're gonna change the first one to the 12th.
Yeah.
And we're just kinda gonna cancel the second one. Because the next one is the 9th anyway.
So November 25th meeting.
Yeah.
It's canceled.
Yeah, replaced with a special meeting if required. Be resolved, the November 11th regular meeting be moved to November 12th, 2025, and be it further resolved, the November 25th meeting be cancelled and replaced with a special meeting if required.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Is there someone to move the resolution? Councillor Burick, someone second it? Councillor Blosha, any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question, those in favour? That's carried. Committee reports. Let's start with Councillor Burick.
I didn't have any committee reports, but we, last month, we had a planning district meeting that there was no quorum. And today you sent out the email by, voting by email, and that went well. So everything worked out good for you?
Yep, we have enough that has
That's
passed.
good. Okay, no, that's done. And I just want to say that a few ratepayers really, a lot of good comments about our roads, standing up in the rain. the mountain we had, and they're standing up really well. So I mean, it's the good gravel we're getting now. That's for the north end, we're getting all the gravel from Birch River Pit, and it's really good. We hope we continue that. It's, like you say, they're gonna possibly crush more for us than we had requested, but yeah, no, the roads are really doing good. There's a couple roads that are some spots, but I mean, I passed it on to our lead hand tonight, and to look after it, but no, everything's good. Other than that, everything's fine.
Across the aisle, the Councillor Zbirun.
Nothing. No meetings or nothing.
Councillor Blosha.
I had no committee meetings. I had to come in and sign some checks for the Health Foundation and talk to some calls. That was it, but everything's being resolved.
Councillor McGregor.
Nothing to report.
Councillor Kushniryk.
All good.
I've been away, as you may or may not know, for a while, but I'm back. A few things I can give you updates on. This weekend, Friday, we're traveling. Councillor White, Councillor Morio, and myself are traveling. We have 2 hotel rooms between the 3 of us. Councillor Morio and Councillor White are going to get to know each other a lot better. We will be in Brandon at the yearly medical resident retreat. So these are year 1, year 2 residents. Some of these will be doctors at the end of June. Some will be an extra year yet. So they're assembling in Brandon. We will be there extolling the virtues of the Swan River Valley, providing explorer passes, talking to quite a few of them about reasons they should consider practicing here. Also on the doctor front, we have 3 new doctors practicing in Swan River. I've been having a spirited discussion with some parts of Prairie Mountain Health. It appears at the moment the only way to get yourself one of those doctors is to call the doctor finder number and register, and they will then get to you. The province tells me that's not the case. Prairie Mountain Health tells me it is. So there seems to be a little confusion yet on how that works, but there are doctors, they are accepting patients, and so we're certainly hoping between the 3 of them we should be able to pick up family doctors for a couple thousand people, which will substantially reduce the problems we've had with lack of family doctor availability. Won't get everybody, but it's going to get a lot. So that'll help out quite a bit.
And how many, did you say how many more are coming?
This is the 3 that were coming are here now.
Okay, and more coming, or that's it?
We don't have any more confirmed. In early October, we're holding the rural interest group for this year, which is one of the people will be here now for her 3rd, 4th time coming to see the Swan Valley. This time she is not coming as part of the group. She is driving her own personal vehicle at her own cost to come up here again for another couple days. That's the doctor that is looking at doing a dual family specialist practice in the area. So the group will likely be making a financial incentive pitch to her when she's here to see if she's ready to commit to this area when she's done school, which would bring back either a surgical program or an obstetrics program, perhaps both. So we're working on that. That's kind of the big news in doctor land. We'll be busy with that for a couple of weeks, and then we won't be busy for a while because we kind of have 2 events that are close together. At planning, there's some questions coming from the Armour Mountain, which are very valid questions about why we have not yet passed first reading of the new planning guide. And unfortunately, the issue is Minnetonka's Bozeman Council has not yet seen fit to sign off on it. So what I'm going to communicate shortly to Mountain and to our other partners is that councils will need to have a discussion and provide direction in a couple of weeks of whether or not we're going to simply outvote Mountain and Bozeman on the committee. We have not done that at planning. I chair that committee, and I find it distasteful to think about outvoting a member just because they can't get their act together. But that's the question that's going to be posed to councils, is what do you want to do? This has gone on more than a year now, and it's stopping everybody else from progressing. So technically they could be outvoted and we could just carry on, but we're trying not to do that, to try and keep people from feeling like they've been slighted. But something needs to give there because the process is just not progressing anymore. So we'll work on that a little bit. Over at the Chamber of Commerce, we haven't done much. We're kind of waiting now on the outcome of all of the councils talking about that municipal assistant position. For the record, we've now dragged on through over half of September without any type of decision from the councils. So we'll see how that keeps going. But we'll see if we get there or not. Thank you, Council, for the flowers. I appreciated that. It was a nice gesture. I appreciate you put some thought into that. And tonight we have birthday cake because we managed to put a meeting on my birthday. And unlike Valentine's Day, here I am anyway.
Yeah, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you spending the evening here.
Taking notes, right?
Pardon me?
You're taking notes, right?
Yeah,
We'll bring you a Valentine
yeah,
cake.
yeah, yeah.
My wife was so gracious as to tell me we'd celebrate my birthday on Friday, and I said, well, actually, I'm going to Brandon for council on Friday.
Oh, my God.
So, we'll
Doesn't
see.
mean they won't celebrate.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
pay for the divorce lawyer or not, but we'll see how that turns out. Otherwise, though, I admit I haven't got much done because I did, after the funeral, I just left for a week because I wasn't in the mood to be here. So we're back and kind of picking up the pieces on that a bit as we get things going again. But onwards and upwards. Anything else tonight for reports or communications? Hearing nothing, we're going to take a break. In the break, we're going to eat some cake. We may even have some of us go outside and check the weather. When we come back, we don't have a lot planned for in camera tonight. We might touch on some bylaws a little bit. We will be talking about a couple HR matters relating to people that are ending their probation. We're looking at what we're going to do with them. Council has the opportunity under a union agreement to set the wage scale when probation ends. So we're going to have some discussion about those staff members and see where we're going on that. We're not discussing getting rid of them. We're just discussing what are we doing when probation ends. Are we exercising our option to change something or not? Otherwise, though, we will stand in recess for 10 or 15 minutes. If the cake's really good, it could be 20. And then we'll be back. We'll move to 10.1. Be it resolved that pursuant to Section 1523 of the Municipal Act, Council shall meet as a committee to hold closed meeting and continue discussions in camera regarding personnel matters, investigation and enforcement of an act or bylaw. Is there someone to move the resolution? Councillor Burick, someone to second it? Councillor McGregor, any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. Those in favour? That's carried. Coming to the in-camera section of the meeting, we can advise that there was great further discussion on some HR matters. And we also talked about a little bit of future planning for council as far as some things that are still in progress and not really ready for the public yet. We'll go to 10.4. Did anyone have resolutions arising from in-camera discussions to present? Hearing nothing, we'll move to number 11, notice of motion. Does anyone have a notice of motion to present tonight? Still hearing nothing, we'll move to number 12. Be it resolved, this meeting shall now adjourn at 9:05 p.m. Be it further resolved, the next meeting is Wednesday, October 1st, 2025 at 7 p.m. And just before we get totally into this, it came up during the break, that is the same date and time as the town is holding the crime meeting. Do any of us want to attend that? Are we good with keeping our meeting at that time? Because that'll preclude us from being there. October 1st. Yeah, that works for everybody? Okay. So we're looking for a mover for adjournment. Councillor Blosha, someone to second the resolution. How do you get to?
He was on time.
I just can't believe that she allows you to be the second for that.
Nobody else raised their hand.
Wow.
He was like,
All right. Those in favour?
I'd be scared to go to the
Opposed?
on the first in the town. 'Cause the way things are,
Carried.
no, but the way things are.